Hi everyone, welcome back to 7 Days channel. Yes, Bride Robe again. We're in another episode of the DIY wedding series. Today we're talking about the proposal. Thank God I had something like 1 year to calm down, because that moment I was like super hyper excited. But let's start from the beginning. I always knew that I really wanted to get married, and I was talking about it to my actual husband, but I always was telling him that you're gonna make this step when you feel ready. So the time was passing by, I was waiting, and I was wondering if this moment is even gonna arrive or what. Then, in the November of 2017, I have gone together with my back then boyfriend to Italy. And when I came back, a really good friend of ours, immediately when she saw me, she was like, "Do you have any news for me?" And I was like, "No, why should I?" And then she was like, "Oh, he didn't do it." So in that moment, I was like, okay, something is in the air. Then in December comes my birthday. And because it's Christmas time, I really love to chill out at home. It was just the two of us. And in one moment he was like, "Stay here, I'm coming back in a minute." And I freaked out because I was like, okay, it's happening right now and I am expecting it. And I really wanted it to be a surprise. When he comes with a cake. And I was so happy about it, and of course a present, but no rings. And I was like, thank God it wasn't a ring. I really didn't want to happen that moment. Then in April, during Easter time, my whole family came to Greece, and so I was like, maybe it's gonna happen right now. But the days were passing by and nothing was happening, and actually my sister had to flew back home 1 day before my parents. So I took the car and I was like, okay, can you drive me and my family to Athens? And my boyfriend was like, no, I really had so much work to do, so I'm really sorry, but this time you had to go alone. So I was like, okay, never mind. I was driving the car, we stayed in Athens, we had a really nice time. My sister went back home, and when we came back, my boyfriend was like, okay, we are invited to my parents' house. And I was like, come on, please, I really can't make it because I was driving back and forth from Athens and I'm really tired, my parents as well. Why can't we do a lunch tomorrow before my parents are leaving? And he was like, you know, my mother already prepared everything because she's waiting for us. Please, Sarah, they really want to do a dinner to you and your family before they are leaving. I was so angry that moment. I said, why can't you understand that I'm so tired? So when I came back home, I quickly had a shower. I had no makeup. I just grabbed from my closet something like the comfiest clothes that I had. When we arrived, also the grandparents were there. And I was like, this is strange. But if you know Greek people, you know that many times a 4 dinner people can become, in a really quick way, a 20 people dinner. So I was like, okay, maybe my husband's grandparents really wanted to say hi to my parents as well. My husband's sisters with her 2 kids were there as well, but this wasn't something strange because she's not living here in Patra, and she was here just for Easter, so of course she was staying at her parents' house. And then suddenly I understood that something was really strange because my mother-in-law brought some glasses, and she looked at my actual husband and she's like, are these glasses okay? And I was like, oh my, what is she talking about? Are these glasses okay? For what? And then starts the proposal, but this was like a proposal taken from my big fat Greek wedding. And I understood in that moment that, okay, this is a Greek style, guys. Because in that moment, my husband was so freaking out that he starts to talk in Italian because he wanted my parents to understand that he was proposing. But then he was freaking out so much that he couldn't find the words in Italian. So he turned it in Greek. In the meanwhile, I was almost not even listening because the two kids were playing with me. They were playing with an apple and they were like, oh, Sarah, do you know this game in Italy? And then my father was talking with my husband's father something about medical stuff because my father is a doctor and they were talking and chatting about something else. My mother was something like talking with my father in between. The only two people that were listening were my husband's grandparents, that they were like this. And then suddenly I understand what is he trying to say, and I was like, is he even doing it right now when no one is listening? But I really could feel that he was freaking out and he just wanna say it, so it's gone, you know? And one moment he just lifted the sofa, he took the ring, and I said, okay, it's happening. And no one was understanding it. So I had to say to the kids, okay, we play a little bit later. And then I say to my mom, okay, mom, shut up, something is happening. To my father, listen. And in that moment, he was keeping saying it in Greek, but he had the ring, so everyone understood. And my father was the first clapping. He was so happy. I was crying and crying and crying. Thank God my husband's sister had a hidden telephone, so the frames are not the best, but I really had that moment. So this is how you can see it right now. And I was so happy and I was crying so much that I couldn't even leave him. I was hugging him and he's like, okay, I had to go down on my knees to give you the ring. And I said, no, I don't want to leave you, because I was feeling something like a little bit naked in front of all of those people, but that was the right thing to do because I'm living in another country and my boyfriend really wanted my parents to be there to say them, I'm gonna take care of your daughter, you know. So that was really emotional. I was so happy. That was really unexpected because all my life I wanted to get married, but I don't know why I never thought that someone would propose me. I was something like, okay, in one moment we will decide, okay, we're gonna get married and that's it. So I wouldn't think that that moment would have been so amazing and so meaningful, you know. In that moment when I got the ring, I really understood why they do proposals. And for something like 1 week, I was waking up and I said, okay, I have a ring, okay, I have a ring, okay, I have a ring. And I was thinking that everyone was looking at my ring. Someone was like, oh, show me your hand for the manicure, for example. I was like, yes, do you see the ring? Do you see the ring? I was so stupid, so stupid. I can insert some videos from the Instagram stories back then. I had one super full week with my parents, with my sister, and then the proposal. I'm super happy, really. I think, of course, the wedding was a really nice moment. No, maybe it was the best moment of my life till now. But the proposal was so unexpected that it was so cool, so cool. And that's it for the story of the proposal. I really hope that you laughed as much as I do every time that I see this video. Hashtag my big fat Greek wedding. See you soon in another episode of this DIY wedding series, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe.